Good morning, students. Good morning, students. We'll be studying about balanced diet today. Let me share the slides. So, balanced diet, people would have heard like so many times. So, what is a balanced diet? Can be defined as a nutrients required for sustaining and keeping the human body in metabolic health. Can also be defined as nourishment required for maintaining normal life. Balanced diet is one which contains all the food constituents in proper proportions to meet the energy and nutrition requirement of the individual. The components of a well-balanced diet will vary depending on age, sex, physiological needs such as pregnancy and lactation, and nature of physical activity. The balanced diet will consist of nuts, seeds, whole grains, healthy fats, dairy products, vegetables, fruits, legumes, all these things in a particular proportion which is required for your proper metabolic function. So while designing the quality and quantity of a balanced diet, the total calories are distributed among three classes of food in the following proportions. In the previous class, I have seen about carbohydrates, fats, and proteins as macronutrients. The carbohydrates will constitute almost 50 to 70% of the proportion, and fats about 20 to 30%, and proteins 10 to 15%. The approximate principles of diet are carbohydrates, which are the energy-yielding substances, fats, which need energy and act as insulating materials, and proteins, which act as building materials and they are the wear and tear of the body. So considering the diet and the spectrum of food, we can divide them into four basic food groups, that is for the balanced diet. That is, first one is a milk group, which contains 2 glasses of milk or servings of cheese, cottage cheese, ice creams, or other dairy products. Meat soup, second group is meat soup, meat group, and the 2 servings of meat, fish, poultry, or eggs, peas, beans, or nuts can also be considered in the meat group because they contain lots of proteins. And vegetable and fruit groups, 4 servings of green or yellow vegetables, tomatoes, citrus fruits, etc. And the bread and cereal group were 4 servings of whole grain or fortified cereal products can be given. There is no single perfect food that provides all nutritional needs to everyone. There is no magic food like that. The 40 different required nutrients occur in very different proportions in different food, and therefore a variety within each group is very much essential. A balanced diet is a diet, so which contains differing kinds of foods in certain quantities and proportions so that the requirement of the calories, proteins, minerals, vitamins, and alternative nutrients in inadequate, like you can say, inadequate, and a small provision is reserved for additional nutrients to ensure the short lengths of leanness. Principles in planning a balanced diet, that is, like we have to consider, like we have to aim that the balanced diet must contain various groups of foods such as energy-yielding foods, bodybuilding foods, and protective foods in correct proportions. And the constituents of balanced diet differ according to age, sex, physical activity, economic status, and the physiological condition. So the energy yielding foods, there are the foods that are high in energy, like contains the carbohydrates and also pure fats and carbohydrates. They are divided into 2 groups like cereals, roots, and tubers, and pure carbohydrates and fats. The cereals provide protein, certain minerals and vitamins in addition to energy in the diets of the low income. And roots and tubers provide some amount of protein, minerals, and vitamins. And pure carbohydrates and fats provides only energy. The bodybuilding foods come under this, which contain high amount of this protein, and they are also divided into 2 groups. That is milk, egg, meat, and fish group, and pulses, oil seeds, and nuts. Let's see, there are the another one is the third class is the protective foods. There are the protective foods are related proteins, vitamins, and minerals. And they are also classified in two groups, that is, foods rich in vitamins, minerals, and proteins of high biological value. For example, like milk, egg, fish, and liver. Whereas foods rich in certain vitamins and minerals only, like green leafy vegetables and some fruits. The balanced diets at high cost can be like with milk, eggs, meat, fish, and fruits, and moderate quantities of cereals, pulses, nuts, and fats. And balanced diet at moderate cost can contain some moderate amount of milk, egg, meat, fish, fruits, fats, and large amounts of cereals, pulses, nuts, and green leafy vegetables. In the balance that is low cost, maybe for a low income, they can contain small amounts of milk, some eggs, meat, fish, fat, and large amounts of cereals, pulses, nuts, and green leafy vegetables. For an Indian diet chart, if you see a total calories, average calories 2,730. These are the foods that can be consumed, like a total fat of 30 grams, calcium 600 milligrams, sodium 1,200 milligrams, carbohydrates 555 grams, and protein 60 grams, and iron 70 milligrams. So these at 9 p.m. you can have some chapati and fruit and curries, and at 11 p.m. you can have some fruit salads like that. 1 p.m. rice and dal. 4 p.m. some cheese or some juices and all these things. And 8 p.m. dinner you can have chapati and mixed vegetable curry like that. Okay. And that chart, Indian woman, they are like total calories required for a day is like 1,875 kilocalories, and they can have 6 times the meal like that. That's a configuration. In the breakfast, they can have some good sandwiches, some milk, and some cereals. There's some around 10 a.m. They can have some mixed sprouts and vegetables, some something like that. Then lunchtime we can have egg and dal with the rice, and then evening they have tea and some biscuits. Late evening they can have some other snacking things, the healthy snack. Dinner they can have with the rice, rajma, and some curries and all like that. So it should be almost like about 1,000 calories. And the top meatless protein sources, if you want to know, they are nut butters, oatmeal, Greek yogurt, eggs, beans like your rajma, cauliflower, pista, walnut, and all those things, and spinach, seeds like these, your pumpkin seeds and all, and broccoli. Thank you for your attention, students.